true, true,
True.
Yeah. I would normally throw it for another loop. You know what I'm saying? But we got the hungry kid in the building. Shout out to the hungry kid. You feel me? I'm doing all right. I'm gonna let you know all about that. But how are you doing? The hungry kid 2-3. Anytime I see 2-3, that's automatic. I'm like, oh, that's Jumpman. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand we're in a different day and age. So when 2-3 come out, they could be thinking Braun, right? But somebody thinking Braun or somebody thinking Jumpman, that's for sure. But we got the hungry kid in the building. We got some other folks in the building. At least 1.2 million people here. So you know what that means? It's a party. And your boy been partying all weekend. I've been partying all weekend. I'm tired. Can you tell I'm tired? First of all, I'm already late. You know what I'm saying? I'm normally around. That's why I always say ish, 7:38 ish, because you want to leave room for error, right? You want to leave room for the unexpected. For me, the unexpected this morning was ignoring the hell out of all of my alarm clocks. Just straight up ignore them. Like, I don't care. Rules were made to be broken. If the rule is you got to get up on time for work early, you got to be on time for something. Today, I said, fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been partying all weekend. And not like hard partying out at the club. So it was more just like it was a family affair. It was all about family this weekend. Typically, my weekends are about family anyway. And if you tuned in with me, what was that? Thursday? I think it was. The days are blended together. But I have my sisters in the building. Shout out to Ace and Spider for entertaining the chat. Y'all got to see a performance from Lex. Y'all got to hear some real conversation. All those things. But it was a weekend, and it was a reason they were in town. The reason for that was my niece is having a baby. She's the oldest niece of all of our nieces and nephews. And out of all of my nieces and nephews, I have what, 9? And she's the oldest. And she's having a baby. And shout out to my niece. But it was a good time. It was a family affair. The baby shower was what? Saturday? Yeah, it was on Saturday. DJ Malcolm in the building. What's good with you, my boy? You know what I'm saying? We talking about why you don't make promises. We're talking about why True is so exhausted. What type of weekend did I have? It was one of those weekends, chat. It was one of those weekends. I mean, I'm still finding like shot glasses just around the house. shot glasses, snifters, and to be fair, they're probably more mine than anyone else's. But nonetheless, I'm still locating them, so I gotta get them. I gotta get them clean. And another shout out too, because I was looking for this book all weekend and I finally found it. I don't know if I want to call it a W or L to me for trying to be organized, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to be organized. Let me get my book out the way. I'm gonna put it over here. And I was like, I knew I was gonna forget where it was. I did that last week, and I haven't seen this book till this morning. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is my book at? Like, I haven't been able to read another chapter. I mean, I read through, I think 5 chapters, but I couldn't locate my book. But I found it. So we're trying to get back on track. And this coffee is extremely hot, but here's your, call it your daily SMR. ASMR? Okay. That coffee's delicious. But I need it. I need that coffee today, chat. We got Also in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Also. You feel me? And if you're wondering, yes, we have just unlocked another personalized sound. For those of you who are new here, I give some people sounds. Some people may earn a sound, but nonetheless, we got sounds. Because y'all know the journey here, we're going from zero to hero. So we're starting off as somebody that no one knows, and we're going to someone that everyone knows. But in that journey, we make little slight improvements, slight upgrades. And one of the upgrades we have made over the last week and a half is we've been playing with this Stream Deck and we've been giving people sounds. So when Also is in the building, just know,
oh yeah,
it's a party. You feel me? But yeah, I'm trying to recover. It was a weekend. My sisters were here, Ace and Spider. So some people were in the chat and they were making comments and they were asking, oh, true, you're the only boy. So allow me to take a step and outline a little bit of my family tree. So I altogether have 5 siblings, right? On my, let's say, my mom's side, some people may automatically know what a mom's side or a dad's side is. But for those of you who don't know or don't resonate with that bit of information, my mom's side are the children birthed or for different situations, adopted, whatever the case, acquired by my birth mother, right? None of my siblings are adopted. They act like it sometimes, but through my birth mother, there are 5 kids, or adults now. There is the oldest sibling, who is a male. There is the second oldest sibling, which is a female. There is the middle child, which is yours truly, right? Middle child. Shout out to all the middle children out there. There is the second youngest, which is a female. That's who you guys met last week. That's Ace. And then there is the baby of the family, which is a male, right? So there's boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. 3 boys, 2 girls, right? I'm the middle child. Ace, who was entertaining y'all last week, is the second youngest. What's good, party animal? Shout out to you in the building. You feel me? And now, it's a true party. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through showing me some love. We're talking about my family tree, right? So many of y'all met Ace and you met Spider, my sisters. So let's continue that breakdown. So those are 5, right? But true, you said you had 5 siblings. That's 5 children. Okay, so that's my mom's side, right? A bit of information about me. I did not grow up in a 2-parent household. I grew up in a 1-parent household, right? On the other side, my dad has 2 children. He has two male children. The first being myself. The second is, we always just say the baby. The youngest kid always get called the baby, right? No matter how old they are. He's the baby, right? So I have a younger brother on my dad's side. So that's 5 siblings. And again, you guys are going to get another surprise because, and again, the title of the episode, you don't make promises, but you may or may not meet the baby on my dad's side this week. He's supposed to come by and give me a game console. He's supposed to drop off a PS4. He was going to do it this weekend. He didn't get a chance to do that. So we're going to arrange for him to drop that off this week. So you guys may or may not meet him. The chances are high that you will, though, because you have to for a reason, and you'll know when that time comes. But yeah, we had a good time. So my niece, whose baby shower I attended and who's having a baby, right? I mean, that was, the second part was an unnecessary bit of information, right? So my niece that's having a baby is my oldest niece. She is the child of my older sister, the second oldest child, right? So she's the oldest of all the nieces and nephews. Out of all the nieces and nephews, or I should say out of all of my siblings, only 3 of us have children, the 3 oldest. So I'm the quote unquote youngest with children because I'm the middle child, but my older brother, older sister both have children. The baby shower was a good time though. It was really nice. She had a life-size photo of herself. I don't know if you could call it life-size because my niece is like, how tall are you? She's not here. She's like, I don't know, she's like 5'3", 5'4", maybe. Right? And that picture of her was like 6'5". So I don't know if we call that life size? I mean, that picture was my height. But it was really nice. So she had the picture, they had the baby's name and the big letters with the lights, all the fanciness going on. So it was a good time. There's a lot of gifts, many gifts, which is a blessing to have. I know we had a baby shower for my oldest son, and we had so many diapers, and it sounds like some people like, yo, but that's a blessing. I didn't have to buy diapers for the first year of his life, which was amazing. And that puts you into potty training territory. So shout out to people who be bringing gifts overall, especially people who be bringing diapers. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing beats a necessity that you don't have to pay for. You know what I'm saying? So the baby shower had a good number of people. Not my whole family. It was a majority of like my niece's friends. You know, we did have some family there, but I have a huge family. A little bit more about my family tree. My mom, so my mother's side, right? The one with the 5 kids. My mom is also, well, she's not exactly the middle child. Let me explain. She is one of 16. Yes, you heard me correctly. She's one of 16. This isn't the first time people have heard this. This isn't the first time you heard about someone with a lot of siblings. And yes, they do have the same parents. You know how they were getting down in those times. But out of the 16, my mom is child number 11. Right? So she's child number 11 out of 16. So out of the 16, there were 3 of the 16 at said baby shower. I have a huge family. There's no way, like, and if you have a large family too, tell me if you resonate with this, right? My family's so big, right? So these are just 16 of aunts and uncles, and they all have their kids, and they're all different ages. So I have aunts and uncles with kids who have kids that are my age, right? That's the structure, right? So it's all over the place. Yes, big, beautiful family, a lot of family, all over the place. But it's so many of us that the family has like its own little communities and own little groups, if that makes sense. So, an example. And again, if you have a large family, W's in the chat and tell me if you resonate with this. So, for example, you might have the three oldest or four oldest siblings, maybe the closest, right? So, you have siblings 1 through 4 who may be really close. And they all have, let's call it 3, 4, or 5 children. And their children are really close. So their children are really close, right? Not to say that they're not close with other people in their family. They're just the closest with these group of people. So then maybe the children or child number 2, whether that be aunt or uncle, may obviously, of course, love their other sibling, but may not hang out with child number 8 as much. So that's how it is. It's like they're groups. So child number 11, my mom, let's say she typically hangs out with child number 9, 10, and 12, right? Or 9, 10, and 15, right? That's kind of like giving you an idea of the structure. And then me and the cousins, like if I ever hang out with my cousins, which happens sometimes every now and again, but my cousins who I'm more likely to be seen or hanging out with are going to be the children of child numbers 9, 10, 11, etc. Right? Because there's so many of us, that's how it's broken down. So it's a lot of people. But there's a couple of my aunts and tings at the baby shower. So it was a good time. We had a good time. The baby shower went till like 5 p.m. Then we all helped clean up and take the gifts outside and everything else. And then comes that moment when anytime you get a lot of people together and the event ends, especially when it ends on it was a good day Saturday. It's sunny outside. It's the weekend. It was a Saturday. It's the middle of the day. In short, the day's not over. So then the question comes up. What y'all got going on tonight? What you getting into later, right? We're all familiar with the question. Everybody knows this question. Coffee. And you have some of the let's call it the younger folks are like, oh, we're going to a lounge. We're going to the club. We're going to do hookah. We're going, everywhere they going. So they're like, True, where you going? I'm like, I'm taking my ass home. It's Saturday. It's 5 p.m. I'm done with activities for the day. I got plenty of time to just chill, relax, do whatever I want to do, but I'm going home. And my brother, the baby, let's call him child number 5. He's the last of 5. He goes, listen, I'm coming to your crib then. And of course, the answer is always going to be yes, come through. J Vax in the building. Shout out to that boy J Vax. He been running through, bruh. My man been running through the games, been running through Paper Mario, been running through the regular Mario and all. He been running through the game. So WJ Vax. Shout out to the Raid Train community. So he goes, yeah, I'm coming to your crib. I said, that's cool. You can come to my house. I don't mind. So he's like, all right, bet. He's like, I'm going to follow you. But he's younger, so he's not going to follow me. I'm going to follow you is just code for I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's what that means. So I'm like, all right, bet. Knowing me, I'm already typically prepared. Not necessarily for just people to come over, but I'm always just prepared in general for whatever. But I notice, I'm like, this is my brother and his friends and my cousins and all. They are tequila drinkers. I have tequila at my house, but I'm like, I need to go get more tequila. They're going to want some tequila. So let's do it. So I went to, an alcoholic beverage store and grabbed some bottles of the tequila. And we and came home. And then, mind you, already had my sisters over here, right? Ace and Spider were already over here. So it was all four of us at the house. And then my brother showed up. And then my niece showed up. And then this is my other niece. This is the second oldest of all the nieces and nephews, which is the sister of the one that had the baby shower. So that's my niece. She came over. She came over with some of her friends. Now it's a party, right? At this point, it's a full-blown party. And we got, I'm thinking 10 people here, 10 additional people that don't live in this house. So that's a party, right? Drinking, we're taking shots, we're having a good time, everybody just talking. It was a good day. It was nice and warm outside, but nice and cool inside, So it was a good time. And they were like, we need to go to the lounge. We need to go to the lounge. And I'll be telling people, I'm like, listen, I normally have this thing. People are free to do whatever they want to do. But if you come here, you may just have a good enough time where you may not want to leave. You may just not want to leave. So they're like, no, we're going to go to the lounge. We're going to go do some hookah. We're going to blah, blah, blah. And I go, you want me to set you up a hookah? I can set you up a hookah right now. They're like, you got a hookah? I'm like, of course I got a hookah. I got everything at the house. At the house, we got everything. We got McDonald's at the house. We got drinks at the house. We got everything we need at the house. You feel me? But we were having a good time. That's the point of it. The younger folks, I made sure I told them, I'm like, listen, if y'all are going out anywhere, y'all make sure y'all go smoke y'all hookah. Don't be out here drinking and stuff like that and then trying to get on the road. But they're pretty smart. And they were carpooling and all the good things. But it was a good time, but I was tired. Because since my sisters got into town, let me give you an idea of my sleep schedule. On a normal day, in a normal basis, whatever you want to call it, I would go to sleep. I know this sounds crazy, but I'll go to sleep like around midnight. On days where I stream past midnight, I go to sleep past midnight. But I was going to sleep at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That's like, I was averaging around 3:30 a.m. since Thursday. And not to say we were just going ham drinking every day. It's just when my sister comes into town, we hang out all night and we be talking. My sister, actually, Ace, shout out to her. She doesn't actually drink because she is 1 year sober. So we're going to clap it up for that. Anybody who's going through their sobriety journey. W's to her. Me, I'm a social drinker. I drink if I want to celebrate. I got a lot of alcohol in my house, honestly. But I don't, majority of the time, if I'm just living my regular life, I don't have any drinks during the week or anything like that. I just be chilling. I chill. There's nothing wrong with it. Every now and again I might do it, but I just be chilling. But W's to her. And she still be hanging and she still be having a good time. She do smoke though. She be smoking like a train, a raid train. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all in good times and recreational activities. But it was a good weekend and it was a long weekend. We went out to dinner. I still kept on schedule with my son's activities. Listen, I'm definitely one of those dudes. Listen, I might be tired, but I'm still, big W to the sobriety. I'm gonna keep my promise. I'm gonna stay on schedule for the most part. So yes, while we were up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, my son definitely still had swimming lessons Sunday morning, and I woke his ass up and I said, "Let's go, let's get it, baby." I was proud of him too because y'all know Lex, he's 7 years old and he didn't complain. He just got up and he was tired, but he got up. And I always give him kudos, and I always tell him later on in the day when he can comprehend what I'm saying, like, hey, shout out to you, young man. You know what I'm saying? Cause he know. I'm like, bro, you gotta stay on it. If you wanna win in this life, you gotta be willing to outwork the next person. I tell him that all the time. And he gets to look at that on Wednesdays because on Wednesdays the swimming team that at the location where he does his swim class, they have a full swimming team, and the swim team starts at like 6 a.m. And I'm like, bro, I don't even wake you up till 6 a.m. They already been done multiple laps by the time that comes. And I love when he sees other, whether it be teenagers or young kids or whatever, out here early grinding. Because like you got to understand, there's a difference, and you got to start those habits early. Feel me? But I also have to model and demonstrate those habits as well. So I'm always up before him, for the most part. Majority of the time, I'm up before him. Sunday was definitely one of those days because I woke up. I will tell you though, my body woke up like, oh shit, we missed the. You know what I'm saying? You wake up with one of those. Oh, I woke up late. We messed around and missed the. I'm thinking I'm gonna have text messages from the swim instructor, like, yo, where y'all at? Y'all got me out here early in the morning. Y'all missed y'all appointment. But I looked at the clock and I woke up before my alarm, and I said, W's to that. So I got my ass out the bed, turned off my alarm before it turned on, and I was like, I'm not gonna lay back down because if I do, I will absolutely miss this appointment. So I was up early as hell. But also I was drinking, I don't know if it had anything to do with, I was drinking organic tequila Saturday night. A good amount of it, but organic. And not promoting it, but I was drinking Tres Agaves. And I don't know if the whole organic thing did something, but I was not like, I didn't, I don't be getting drunk anyway, but I felt good when I woke up. I didn't even feel like I was even drinking the night before. So shout out to that. Excuse me for a second. Yeah. So shout out to that. But everybody was here. We had a good time. And then on Sunday, in regular true fashion, popped my ass up out of bed again. Right? Popped out of bed and immediately started doing shit. Like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to sit down. I don't know. But I popped up and I'm like, all right. So many of you know we've been getting some small maintenance done to our backyard. One of the things we did was we got our deck painted. And I can even show you that. But we got the deck painted in earth tone color. So this weekend, I just wanted to put our furniture back on there. My furniture has been spread out all over the basketball court. So we got some new furniture, a couple pieces, and I put that on the deck. It looks really nice. Gives you a different appearance, but I wanted to do that Sunday. So I popped up, I cut the grass, I put the deck furniture on there. Me and my baby boy, little baby, we was outside. I let him water the plants and the flowers and stuff. We were outside for hours. Then my homeboy hit me up like, yo, I don't know if you got any plans today, but, I was going to come through and hang out. I said, cool. Came through, brought his daughter with him. His daughter's the same age as as little baby, right? So we was just having enough. We run it back. This time it's like, all right, let's fire up the grill, cook some hot dogs, some grilled chicken, you know what I'm saying? It's a good time. We was hanging out last night. So I was hanging out till 9:30. We looked at the clock like, oh shit, we got to put these babies to bed. So yeah, to go back to his house, I had to give my son a bath and all that, put the babies to sleep. But it was a long weekend. And after that, I still didn't go straight to sleep. I don't know what I did after that. I know I was on Twitch for a little while. Had to do some stretches because I forgot. I didn't stretch yesterday morning, but had to do some stretches. This morning I woke up exhausted. straight up exhausted. Ace and Spider went home yesterday. So, back to my first statement in the comment section. Some said, hey, True, you're the only boy. So now you understand the structure. But in case questions are still lingering about, well, who is who? Okay, so Ace is the second youngest of the 5 siblings, and Spider is Ace's wife. In case no one was able to figure that out. That is, so Spider is not my blood sister. She is essentially my sister through marriage, right? Shout out to them though. Right? And y'all got a performance from Lex who made up that performance. He made all that stuff up that he was doing. So shout out to him. So yeah, that was a look at my weekend and how my weekend played out. And then eventually, okay, so the episode is about making promises. So the first part of that was, sorry, I'm just checking some stuff. See? Notifications. The second part of that, or another part of that, is I mentioned beyond getting that gaming system, which will happen at some point, no rush, whatever. That's why I stay away from like, all right, I'm going to do this on this day, because it kind of makes you look crazy when you don't. Everybody's like waiting. So one of the things I did effectively promise the chat, I mean, y'all know it's coming anyway, is that we're going to make slow upgrades to the channel, which includes emotes, subscriber badges, ones custom to this channel, and other details. And again, me not being a gatekeeper and going on this zero to hero journey, I've been telling everyone exactly what I've been doing. And what I've been doing is the first step, because I've noticed some folks do some good work, and I'm definitely going to be using some folks. I see them talents. I see the emotion I'll be creating. I see all the visuals. I see it. Trust me, I see it, and I'm using some of it. I'm gonna get y'all to help me create that stuff for sure. But the first step before anything, just like I even tell my children, before you do anything, you have to try it yourself. And I use air quotes for try it yourself because I'm using ChatGPT. I told y'all this. I told ChatGPT, hey, here's all the things I want. And I'm going to say, hey, may I have an update on the status of my streamer pack? So the streamer pack that I mentioned before is I just went to ChatGPT, and you guys know my first time using ChatGPT was for it to create a budget-friendly itinerary for me to take my family to New York City, and that budget-friendly itinerary didn't work. We blew through that budget super quick. The itinerary was excellent, though. We blew through the budget because we did not follow the housing, the room and board recommendations. So where it told us to sleep and where it told us to eat for a cost-effective trip, we ignored that. We took advice on all the destinations and entertainment and stuff, but for the hotel, I just can't, no offense to nobody else, but I just can't put my whole family in an Econo Lounge room. I'm just not doing that. I work too hard to go back to those days. And I told folks before, I said, listen, it's certain luxuries I just naturally have to enjoy because I didn't work too hard to get out of it. I can't stay and I can't go to the beach, and no matter how cost effective it is, because it is cost effective and it works, I can't stay in a motel at the beach. I've done it too many times. And every motel is different. And not all the motels change their pillows out on a frequent basis. And I've had situations where I had to use my t-shirt as the pillowcase because I just was not about to put my face on a pillow. But also now, being a little older, a little wiser, you could really just let me tell you something. This is a quick switch of gears before we get back to the streamer pack. If you want to be cost effective, but you also like get a little bit of ick from a motel room or something like that, let me tell you, it is equally as cost effective to just go buy a pillow and some sheets from like Walmart or something. Because you may pay virtually nothing for the room, but then you could just change, not even change the sheets. I wouldn't even say change the sheets. I would say take your own sheets, your own pillow, your own pillowcase. Let's say you get it from Walmart or Target or wherever you shop. You know what I'm saying? Buc-ee's, I don't know. And then just put it on top of the bed. And you can get a pillow and sheets and all that stuff for like 20 bucks. You know, in my younger days, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking even more cost effective than that. I was thinking, hey, I brought extra white t-shirts with me. I'm going to just put one of these white t-shirts on this pillow because it feels crazy as F. So anyway, that was a little tangent. So ChatGPT has been using the information I gave it to create a streamer pack. And I said, hey, may I have an update on my streamer pack, please? So here's what ChatGPT said. Absolutely. Here's your fresh off the grid status on your stream pack. And I'm glad to tell you guys, after bringing this up for at least 2 weeks now, it says 100% completed. The interesting thing is, because we waited for it to be completed, how we're going to actually get all the information. But let me go through some of it with you now. So the asset that was asked for and that is now completed is a stream identity and a lore, right? So that's basically what is the identity or the style of the stream I'm going with. I believe the style of the stream that I'm going with is going to be different than many are probably expecting, because some people are new here and some people are just trying to learn who I am. But me as a person, I'm very fun. I'm part retro, part new, part, I'm trying to get more into gaming, but I was a gamer in my day. And I like anime, but don't quiz me on anime, you feel me? Like, just let my knowledge of anime come out, cuz I don't want to be quizzed. You feel me? I'm not that advanced where you can quiz me. Shout out to Solo in the building. Good morning to you. Hope you had a great weekend. I am still in recovery mode from my weekend. But yeah, don't test me on anime. I watch a lot of movies, but don't test me on movies. Right? Just let it come out. Let it flow. Don't be the person that's like, tell me the name of the third Titan that appeared on Attack on Titan. Like, it may or may not be the Beast Titan. I don't know. Don't test me, right? Just let my knowledge of things come out naturally. And that's how we want to build our community. Naturally, organically. But stream identity. The next is the quote-unquote community status, right? So I am a part of the Raid Train community, but again, as we're going from zero to hero, it's important for me to create a identity for my channel as well that also kind of blends into the community, right? So people who are not necessarily a part of the Raid Train community, but let's say they just come to watch my channel. Again, I'm not gatekeeping. I'm telling everyone exactly what I'm doing. We're going from zero to hero. Also, again, another sidetrack. We get sidetracked here often. But if you notice that I've been in your chat and you notice I have a 10-year badge on my name, I will be at TwitchCon. I said it before, I'm saying it again, but I did buy tickets to TwitchCon. And if you guys want to meet me in person, you want to come hang out, you guys want to do shots, whatever you want to do, I will be at TwitchCon. Come through, hang out with your boy. I told you guys before, you don't have to stalk me. just whisper to me or whatever, and we can hang out. It's okay if you're weird. We're all weird, right? But yeah, shout out to that. We got the starting soon screen. We got the be right back screens. We got the ending screens. We got the main overlay, the sub badges, right? We got the emotes. So I think it's time that I give you guys at least a glimpse of how I'm approaching this stuff, because I keep telling you guys what the status is of being complete. So let me give you a little taste until I can start getting stuff updated. So just to give you kind of it's not going to give away any sort of how my theme's going, but at least you get some type of information, right? For my sub badges, my badges are going to be not necessarily in an anime style, but they will be based on ranks. So you know how some people have a 1 month badge, 2 month badge? Mine are going to be considered hero ranks. So if you think of, for example, Naruto, right? How they have, you know, C ranked ninjas and D ranked and S ranked and stuff like that. That's what I'm going for my sub badges. Bree in the building. Y'all know that Bree is our local celebrity. So when that crowd screaming, I know Bree coming through. Shout out to Bree. Good morning, Bree. Giving folks an update on, quote unquote, the promises that I've made to upgrade the channel. So we have some emotes coming. We got a few of, these are going to be non-facial emotes at the moment. I do have approach I want to take for my actual face. ChatGPT really creates likeness. I don't want a likeness. I want my actual face. So I'm in the works. We're going to get that taken care of too, but we're starting off with the standard emotes. Panel graphics. So the about me section, the socials, the rules, the schedule, things like that. Those are all going to have some type of feel to it. So when you go to my channel, you'll be able to have that detailed information at the bottom. I have some promo material, so fingers crossed all this works exactly as I picture it working. But the promo material, you're going to see that pop up on TikTok, probably Instagram. I'm trying to loop in Instagram in the mix. So again, another tangent for a second. I said it before. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm telling everyone my strategy. We all know I'm new here. I've been here for what? Since, let me see. Excuse me for a second. Hey Google, how many days ago was May 26th? I think I was here May 26th. 49 days ago. May 26th. I'm pretty sure that's the day I created my account. So that's 49 days ago. I've been here for 49 days. W's to that. W's to the 49 days. The reason I wanted that information is because I wanted to, my brain doesn't work all the time, honestly. Give it a second. It'll come back. Okay, yes. I wanted to let you guys know how I approach my postings, right? To get noticed and to become a hero, I have to get all my social medias engaged. I have not done that completely at the moment. Since I've been on here for 49 days on Twitch, my Instagram may have received 2 things about me being on Twitch, and they were in my story. So it's only been on there for 24 hours, right? But my current strategy that I'm implementing now, and then I'm going to try to slowly engage my Instagram. TikTok, I've been on TikTok. If I've been on Twitch 49 days, I've been on TikTok probably 44 days because I created it after I got my first set of followers on Twitch. So I have a TikTok account now, and what I do is I try to clip. And first of all, shout out to Billy, who is a clip master. I'm like, how many clips you do? She threw out an outrageous number. Like, oh, from one of my streams, probably 60. I said 60. I said I try to do 1 clip from each of my VODs. Anyway, so I clip a VOD, I post that clip to my Twitch page, and then I have that upload to TikTok. So currently my clips are my TikTok content. I haven't fully engaged TikTok yet. Give me some time. We'll get there, right? And now with ChatGPT helping me set things up and having promo materials, I'm going to start to engage my Instagram. My YouTube that I've had since YouTube came out, basically. I went on there, I changed my username. There was no posted content from myself, but I changed everything. I got it updated to make it more consistent with my Twitch. And now I'm going to, not making any promises. This is the goal. Because you know, as the title of the episode says, if you make promises, you gotta, it puts pressure onto you to deliver, to keep them, right? The promises are me saying I'm gonna do it and you trusting that it's gonna get done. So the VODs are going to be uploaded as my YouTube content. And then eventually, once I get better at clipping, maybe I'll have people who clip my content. That will become my YouTube shorts, right? That was just a side tangent because of the promo materials. So I also have what is referred to as a true crest, right? It's a true order crest is what ChatGPT is calling it. But essentially, it's a emblem or a symbol that is supposed to represent my channel, like a shield. Think of like a shield. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, think of how, you know, the Lannister house and the Stark house, how they all have like, you know, the wolf and all that stuff. A shield, some type of shield. I have no idea what it looks like. I have no idea what most of this stuff looks like. But just know that is one of the things that's being created. Bio text. So it's supposed to be styled for my specific channel. So we'll see how that comes out. And then the last but not least, what I asked for, because these are all things I specifically asked for in terms of a streamer pack, right? Give me all the things I need to upgrade my channel to the next level. So I told ChatGPT about my journey. I told him what I'm trying to accomplish. I told ChatGPT where I'm currently at in my journey. And then I said all the things I needed. And it spent the last 2+ weeks creating this. The final thing, because I'm still new here, and I'm just here so I don't get fined, I said, give me a full-on PDF step-by-step instruction guide with pictures of how to install this shit, right? That's a big part for me because I can have all this stuff and it may look great, but if you guys remember, some of this, I'm not the best. I'm not the best at this stuff, right? I'm still, after I get all this done, I'm going to do a Discord tutorial. If anybody has a favorite YouTube video or something about how to use Discord and stuff like that, I know it's simple. I know it's channels. And yes, I know. But I want to really utilize Discord. So I'm going to do a Discord tutorial. So it's going to provide me, ChatGPT is going to provide me with a step-by-step installation guide for all these things I had it create. Mr. Finesse in the building. What's good with you? How you feeling? Mr. Finesse. Right? So we're talking about channel upgrades and how we're going from 0 to hero. Right? So that is what we have. Again, we have a bunch of just woke up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with just waking up. It's a blessing to wake up. You feel me? So shout out to that man being in the building. Y'all know we got a party going on. So yeah, so those are some of the things. Now, the status and delivery for this upgrade that we're not going to put a timestamp on because I did it before. I said, oh, it's going to be done on the weekend. And it wasn't. And I had to keep reminding ChatGPT, like, hey, this is the time and date. You're giving me the wrong time and date. And they're like, okay, we got 2 days till it's finished. 3 days, 2 days. It kept switching. So now they're saying we're done. But now it's saying we have to package it and deliver it to you. They're saying we're going to create a link for you later tonight for you to make sure you can access the information, etc., etc., etc. And it's telling me you can install your overlays. We'll show you how to test the screens. We'll show you how to upload the promos to TikTok and Instagram. And then announce your stream relaunch to the community. Y'all know I'm giving y'all the updates as we go. And then whenever it actually occurs, hopefully very soon this week. I would love to do this today or tomorrow, honestly. But as these upgrades start to come in, you'll see it. Because again, that is a part of the journey. If we're going from zero to hero, I can't just make the upgrade and then you just see it, right? Y'all watch some people's channels and it's like, I mean, it's not required for anyone to say, hey, I'm upgrading this. But you go in one day and it's like, you know the whole vibe, you know their intro, you know everything. And then you miss like one or two streams or live broadcasts or whatever, and you come back and the vibe is just so different. It's like, hold up, this new music, this new, you know what I'm saying, new overlays, new transition screens, they just upgraded over the weekend. And because you missed that one, you're like, yo, what the, you know what I'm saying? Threw you for a loop. Pay in the building. Shout out to Pay. That man been going strong for 20, how many hours? I had you tabbed up. That boy got the 24-hour marathon. And listen, that was like, what, the third one? My guy been playing that Tomb Raider, but Pay in the building, so y'all know what time it is. We got to run it real quick. You feel me? When that man been going that hard, listen, you got to turn up a little bit. You feel me? We got PR in the building. And if y'all didn't think I could, I can play one sound over another. We got WAP in the building. Oh, Pink got the Ray Train. Yo, hold up. Motherfucking Ray Train. And I know it's some new folks mixed in there. So let me give this spiel real quick for all of our new folks in the building. I'm True. Welcome. Feel free to lurk. Feel free to engage in the chat. You know, in this channel, you may learn something. You may get some entertainment. But here, we're going on a journey from zero to hero. I've been on Twitch for 49 days. And I'm slowly making upgrades and I'm teaching folks how am I going to go from someone nobody knows, a zero, to someone everybody knows, a hero. And there's certain things I can do to accomplish that. And I'm walking you through because we're not gatekeeping. Shout out to the biddies. We're showing you exactly what we're doing. We're showing you exactly what we're doing. We're not gatekeeping over here, right? We're showing you. I'm talking about how I'm using ChatGPT to help me with my next upgrade to the channel. I'm showing you all these things. One of the upgrades that we've made to the channel is the fact that when people who are regulars in the community come through, we turn up for them. So you know we got to turn up for my man Pay right now who did that 24-hour stream. Shout out to that boy and that Tomb Raider. Yeah, I got that beat, y'all. Emojis in the chat. W's in the chat. W Raid Train. Put some Raid Train emojis in the chat. Y'all know the vibe. And y'all know y'all boy. Y'all know I'm a 9 to 5. This is by far the longest one, and it got it because Pay be turning us up. Pay be turning us up, so y'all know we got to have the turn up sound anytime Pay step in the fucking building. Listen to that beat again. Hey. I know y'all fuck with that. But again, welcome. Everybody new, welcome. In terms of the time I stream, I am in the DMV. So I'm located on the East Coast next to your nation's capital. Shout out to anybody else who's out here, right? I normally get on 7:30-ish in the AM, Monday through Friday-ish during the weekday, and then again in the evening, right? So around 10:30-ish in the evening. A lot of times I could be the last thing you see before you go to sleep and the first thing you see when you wake up. So if you're dreaming about me, I mean, there's no coincidence, right? I'm invading you. You feel me? But that's how we rock in here, right? And I say ish because, again, I've only been here 49 days. I'm trying to figure out an ideal schedule, but we've been consistent. We've been consistent. We are affiliated. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe and all the things to make sure you can capture, turn on the notifications, follow, do all the stuff. Do all the stuff, right? Come and learn something. If you got a question, feel free to ask it in the chat. We went through a few things today, i.e. my family structure, because you guys met my sister. We were turning up all weekend. So you met my sister. You're going to meet my brother in a couple of days. We continue to turn up. And now I'm telling folks about how I'm using ChatGPT to create the next update in my channel. So there's that. But I'm also keeping with the theme of the title of the show. And it's reasons of not to make promises. Because again, this streamer pack that I got ChatGPT creating, I told folks 2 weeks ago, hey, it's going to be done in 2 days. I'm going to update it over the weekend. And y'all going to see some new stuff when we come back on Monday. That was a lie, right? ChatGPT proved that was a lie because the update took an additional week and a half. So you got to be careful with your words, right? We're going from zero to hero. Welcome, right? Everybody's in the building, so y'all know what that means. It's a fucking party. Shout out to all y'all, right? Shout out to all of y'all. So, the streamer pack is coming. And again, along with all the details we've requested, just a quick run through for everybody who's new, right? Raid, W's in the building. Keep those W's and those emos running for my man Pay in the building. That's a W Raid. Like I said, J-Vax in the building, right? So we asked for a stream identity. You guys will see that. We have the starting screens, be right back screens, ending screens, main overlays, sub badges that's going to be in hero ranks. So think of Naruto, right? When you have S rank, S-class ninjas, stuff like that, we're going to have some ranks. We're going to have some emotes, some panel graphics, promo materials. We got some shields being created for the channel. We're going to have some additional bio text, right? We're going to have all these things. And again, because I am not the best at determining how to do all this stuff, I'm still struggling with Discord. I also asked ChatGPT for a full-on installation guide, step-by-step instructions with pictures. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So they said everything is complete, but now they're packaging it and we're getting ready for delivery. So they're going to have the MP4 promo video. They got the PDF that's going to give me the way to set it up, testing, do promo posting guides, and it's going to create a link for me. It says later tonight, right? And then the next move for me is going to be installing the overlays, uploading the teasers, and doing an announcement / stream relaunch to the community. Yeah. But you guys know I'm not going to wait for a stream relaunch to tell you because like I just said earlier, sometimes you go to your favorite channel, you know everything. You know their intro, you know their sounds, you know their transitions, and then you miss a couple episodes because maybe you go somewhere for a weekend, but you come back and it's all different. I don't want that to happen to you guys. I want you guys to come back and know, listen, at certain points, if True call it a winner, it's a winner, right? And we're going to make those upgrades together. And that's how we're going to build our community. So you guys know exactly what you're doing. And also, it's a lot of people in here who are new as well. Some people may be less than 49 days, right? We hit affiliate in 7 days. We're on the road to partner and beyond. But if you're new, don't hesitate to ask questions. If you want to lurk, I did also... Shout out to Miss Jordy. I said it before, I say it again. I like to use some of the ideas that I find in, people's chats. And one of those things is the power ups. So you'll notice, especially if you're new here, there is a new power up where you can use your true points that have no actual monetary value. They're only for you to make me do stuff that I may or may not want to do. But for 50 true points, you can come in and you can redeem and you can go on lurk mode. What that does is just tell me that, hey, for example, Pay is in the building and he's just lurking. That way, if Pay is having one of, let's just using you as an example, but if let's say he's not feeling so social that day, but he still wants to come and support his man True, he can say lurk mode enabled. He coming through. I know he's showing support, but he don't want to have to engage at the moment. That's basically the quick version of coming into the chat and saying, yo, what's good? Hope your day is going well. Got you tabbed up, or I'm just lurking, blah, blah, blah. So that's what we have established. So don't be afraid to hit that power up because, again, it holds no monetary value. And I don't know. I mean, there may be one that comes that has a huge value and you can start saving up your points. But for now, I don't know what you're saving for. Use them. You feel me? So, W's to that. Now, ChatGPT is currently asking me, would you like an extra countdown teaser? Would you like a TikTok story style version of the promo? Would you like a Discord banner if you don't launch a server yet? Even if you don't launch a server yet. I'm going to say yes to the countdown teaser. Yes to the TikTok style version promo. No to the Discord banner for the moment. Again, we're using ChatGPT to help us out. This is the initial step. Once we get all the emotes and stuff loaded up, we'll start venturing off into some of the people who have skills that can create actual life emotes of my face and other things that I may want. Because I need dancing emotes. Yeah, I know we be having our dance battles. I need some dancing emotes. So those are all to come. Facts. Got that Uchiha running. Yeah. There was something else I was going to say or show or update you guys on. Give me 1 second because it's early and my brain is still recovering. I still need to, so I looked up a Wi-Fi extender, right? Okay. So many of you know. All right, 2 updates. The first regarding Wi-Fi. The second regarding the crash outs, right? In terms of the Wi-Fi, yeah, I know an issue that we've been struggling with. Again, if you're new here, we do a lot of troubleshooting and we troubleshoot live, right? That has to do with video, right? So working different cameras, working different angles, right? The other being audio, right? Those are just 2 of the things, of the many things we troubleshoot. So just to give everyone an update on the video. So one of the things we do is we use a wireless camera here. That's typically just my good old cell phone, right? That's the mobile cam. True has a lot of cameras. We don't know how many cameras there are. There are many cameras, but they all serve a different function. This camera here on the side gives us that side view, or it gives us that, right? And then we have the mobile camera. So every now and again, we might just pop up from the chair and we'll go live or go IRL, whatever the case is. But the issue that we've been experiencing, at least I'm in a dungeon, I'm in the basement. When I go outside and I reach a certain point, my camera cuts off. The mobile cam just stops connecting to the live stream and it sends us back to this camera. So to resolve that, I'm gonna do a Wi-Fi extender, but I've been trying to figure out the appropriate extender to get. I think I have an idea of which one I want to purchase, so I may need to do that. But before I do, I just want to make sure it's not creating an additional Wi-Fi, right? I want to use the same Wi-Fi. I just want the extended range. I think I know which one I'm gonna go with, but that's where we stand today. So I need if I do make that final decision on the one I've been looking up, which is again, we're not gatekeepers here. So let me see if I can find that name for you guys. And you guys feel free to tell me in the chat if you think it's trash. But it's a what's the name of that shit? It's a TP Link. I believe it's TP Link. TP Link. It's not the outdoor one though, because I don't want to have to do all the manual labor. I think it's the TP Link. Is it the RE605X? Yeah, I think it's the RE605X. Because I was going between that and additional Google Nest Point. I have a Google mesh system which extends the Wi-Fi within the walls of my house. But so far, I'm seeing that TP Link, specifically the version of the or AX1800, I guess is the official version name. But TP Link RE650 is the one that I'm currently thinking about going with. That's supposed to extend the range because it's not like I have a ton of land that I'm trying to extend the range to. It's just like additional feet, maybe like 100 feet or something like that. I don't know, but we're trying to extend the range. So that's what we're going with. Switch gears to the crash outs. If you've been here before, if this is your first time, bees are YNs, wasp are crash outs. Why are bees YNs? Because they exhibit YN behavior, right? Meaning they're always around. They're sometimes in groups. They're not really bothering you. Like YNs don't typically bother people, right? They're just there. And sometimes people get intimidated by them. But when you start swatting, oh, best believe they're going to squad up on you, right? Our issue, we have no issues currently with the YNs. Our issue is with the crash out, the wasp. There's so many fucking wasps, right? I will show you guys maybe on the next stream, again, the updates that we did outside. But there's a lot of wasps and they're all over the place. And they're crash outs because they don't care if you're bothering them or not. If you get too close to where they got their queen, they gonna start blinking. They start chasing you and all kinds of stuff. They 0 to 100. It's interesting because I, sometimes sit there and just observe them from a distance and they come out and it be two. I love it. I love watching it though. They come out and it be two. They hover in the same spot. They're like the guards. And then as you move, the guards kind of shift. They like cover too. Bruh, if y'all don't think wasps be in their nest playing Madden, you tripping. They're cover too. Dog, they got this information from somewhere. You just telling me your structure just naturally lets you know what a cover two defense is? Because they be playing hella defense. But we're going to see how good their defense is because I ordered these like peppermint balls that got pretty high ratings off of Amazon, of course. And I'm going to start tossing them bitches. Because I already got the fake nest out there and I captured maybe 100 plus of them. I got the balls. I got the raid. I got the Spectracide. It's a lot of them, right? And also, let me tell y'all. And again, W's in the chat if any of this resonates with you. We got a new update. I don't know when the update came, but we got the new insect update, right? We're not conspiracy theorists here, right? But I'm just saying we notice things. We got the new bug update. So the two bugs or the two insects that I've been seeing a lot of lately, one of which I've never seen in my life. The second of which I have also never seen in my life. So the first one is what I believe they call the white-tailed dragonfly. I've never seen a white-tailed dragonfly ever. And all of a sudden it's just normal to see a white-tailed dragonfly and people are like, "Oh, that's the male." I've seen a lot of dragonflies in my life. And dragonflies have them long tails, but they ain't never look like this. That dragonfly looked like a G6. You know what I'm saying? That thing has the white body like a jet on it, and it just be the good thing is they say they don't bother you at all, which it hasn't. They say they just really they go after mosquitoes and other insects. That's what they feed off. And I got wildlife in there in the back. All the insects, all the bugs. So that's the first update. The second update is this fucking what do they call it? Spotted or whatever lanternfly. Any of you guys experiencing this stuff with the lanternfly? Let me show you what this thing looks like. Let me go to my desktop so you guys can see what this lanternfly looks like. Because I'm like, hold up. Look at this. Have y'all seen this? And these things are apparently extremely invasive. And they have their phases. And if you go to, so there's like I forget the name of the website, but it's the website where it tells you about nature and whether you're allowed to kill something or not. Like you're not allowed, something wrong with my camera? I don't know why I got a notification. No, I don't need help with my camera right now. But if you, yeah, so there's, I forgot what the website is, but it tells you if you're allowed to unalive an insect or something like that. Like you're not supposed to, you can't kill a praying mantis, things like that. Some of those things are good for the environment, blah, blah, blah. But these, first time I seen one, I'm like, why is that ladybug spots look like that? It's not a ladybug. I'm like, hold up, is that a blood-sucking tick? What the fuck? We had to look it up. These things have phases. You see the difference in this? I know every time I go on it, it like covers it. But look at this. You know what I'm saying? At one point, they turn all black and white. They got the red wings. Like, what the fuck is this? And they're all over the place. They're definitely, they came out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, so we just gonna get the new bug update, right? Wait, is that why they're asking me if I need help with my camera? Because the other one froze? Okay, let's troubleshoot our camera really quick. So the camera, as you guys know, is the Nexigo N60. FHD webcam that we got from Amazon for $26. And I think all you got to do is you just go to, I use Streamlabs OBS, right? So you just go to the settings right next to your source, and then you click, configure video, and that typically does the job. See, works now. We're not frozen. Besco in the building. What's good with you, boy? We got Besco in the building. That boy's a beast on Call of Duty. Make sure you go check him out. Doing well here. Hope you're doing well as well. We're talking about wildlife, and we're talking about how we just got a new update. These spotted lanternflies. Them shits are all over the place. You know what I'm saying? All over the place. And it's crazy. Hella invasive. And they say on the website, yeah, if you see them, kill them immediately because they will take over. And the problem isn't just that they're invasive, because a lot of people don't notice as well, but deer are also invasive. Bunny rabbits are also invasive. If you go to your regular big box store, your Home Depot, Lowe's, your hardware store, they may have something that say deer and rabbit repellent because they're both invasive. They find out where they want to live at and they just start multiplying. You know what I'm saying? And deer be, you know what I'm saying? They poop everywhere. You know, they bring ticks and everything. You know, it's a part of life. But All of them are invasive. But specifically on the website with these spotter lanternflies, they like kill them. Because not only are they invasive, but they destroy any type of vegetation that you have. They eat all your plants. They eat through trees, right? Which is not good because you need pollinators around. You need the YNs to still do their job, especially if you have flowers, especially, right? First thing you hear when you join, if you see them, kill them. I haven't needed context this badly in my life. Shout out to Tasteful Deviant. Yo, welcome to the chat. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming through, showing love. But yeah, we're talking about the new update. And let me know if it resonates with you, because the new update is these insects. The fucking white-tailed dragonflies, all that shit. It's crazy. Ooh, look who we got in the building. That means, look, oh, here we go. Hold up. We got Ooski in the building, so y'all know what that means, chat. What is that? Chat, like, what is that? Wait, chat. Chat's like, wait, we haven't heard this sound yet. Oh, okay. So if you're new here, some people have sound, some people don't. Right? Ooski, one of those people who has a sound on the soundboard. Yes, you have your own personalized sound, Ooski. Exactly. Right? Good morning to you. Hope everything is well. But when Ooski's in the building, just know. You feel me? That's a new sound that just dropped. I go early in the morning, I go late at night, so everybody can't catch me all the time. But if the right person catch me, you know what I'm saying? I had to just go ahead and pivot real quick for that. You know, we got Solo in the building. You feel me? We got PR in the building. We're talking about the latest update of insects. If y'all have received an update near or around your home, your condo, your apartment, or whatever, and you saw something, you're like, oh, what is that? It's an update to our ecosystem. They're doing it right in front of our eyes. We're not conspiracy theorists here. We're just pointing out the obvious. And again, the spotted lanternfly needs to be unalive the moment you see them. What the fuck is this? These things are all over the place. Look at this. It is not a ladybug. The shit eats through all your vegetation, your flowers, your trees, and if it eats enough, it actually will get rid of the YNs because there'll be nothing left for the YNs to pollinate. Look at these cocoons. They line up on your trees. These things are worse than cicadas. And they are super, super invasive. Anytime the nature website of your state or your county is telling you how to deal with something, and they say, hey, take a picture or note where you saw it and then kill it. Like, listen, you better listen to them because they're telling you something real, right? And once we get our soundboard up to date properly and we understand that we have all the proper licenses, you know what sound I would use in that instance? If anybody listens to Tyler Creator, that would have definitely been a kill them all, right? That's a fact. Love y'all in the building. Shout out to all y'all. Party animal in the building. Right? Exactly. Poke the plant. So we're getting rid of the YNs, right? We're getting rid of the crash outs. Those wasps, they're in deep numbers. They were out the other night. I was trying to give guests a little tour of the outdoors and they just came out of nowhere squadding up. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You're embarrassing me in front of company. Y'all coming flying around. People like, what the hell? Like, yes, leave us alone. It's the evening. Y'all supposed to be asleep. What the hell? The hell these crash outs doing awake? Bees and wasps are supposed to be asleep in the evening. But if these little peppermint balls we got from Amazon work, I'm throwing them shits all over the place. I'm throwing them in the garden. I'm throwing them up in the pavilion, right? I'm throwing them underneath my shed because they're everywhere. And it's been a full-out war, right? Besco be blicking. We might have to have Besco come here and help us rid of some of these crash outs. You feel me? Yeah, it's madness. It's some madness and some badness, right? Anyway, that was a nice little tangent. But the Wi-Fi extender. So yes, the update on the bugs and the update on the Wi-Fi. So that way we can actually go outside and do our IRL without dropping signal. So yeah, I know the workaround that I've had for now, because I'm in the dungeon when I start off, is I turn off the Wi-Fi on the mobile device. I set it up upstairs. I come down. I do my collab cam. So for those of you, again, who are new here and y'all want to figure out how does he do it? How does he go from one camera to the next? Right? How does he go from one camera to the next? How do I do this? I'm looking here and then I go here, right? How do I do it? How do I go back and forth between the cameras, right? That's just multiple cameras. Many people know how to do that, but I use Streamlabs OBS. So you can add in additional sources, and that additional source, if it's connected directly to the primary source, being your PC, you can have as many cameras as you want on there, and you can switch between them. But if you're doing a mobile cam, at the moment, we haven't paid for the upgraded service, so it only allows us to do one essentially linked camera. So a camera that's linked to this live stream setup, but is not physically attached to the computer, right? You didn't have a good experience with a Wi-Fi extender, and that is part of my concern. Is I want to make sure that my experience with my Wi-Fi extender actually works. I don't want to pay for anything and just have to take it back to the store, because I will, right? Let me bring up a different chat. This Streamlabs is blurring my chat out a little bit. We have bugs here in Bosnia. They're small and so toxic. I end up in the hospital after 2 bites of those damn things. Oh my gosh, tell us what kind of bugs those are so we can look it up. But yeah, Wasp play cover 2 defense. The damn spotted lanternflies eat all your shit up. Bees are YNs. Wasps crashing out. We need to get rid of it all. The ecosystem is doing its thing, but there's a mix-up because they released a new update of these bugs, and they're all over the place. They're sending Besco to the hospital. They're eating our trees. They're doing all kinds of stuff, right? So if you're seeing these things around, just know that's the new update that came out, and we're trying to figure out, right? We're trying to figure out, like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Anyway, so yeah, the Wi-Fi extender. So, Finesse, did you resolve the Wi-Fi extender issue? Because right now, what ChatGPT is telling me, based on that specific Wi-Fi extender, it says it just needs to be close to like an exterior window or door. That way it can capture it, because I think there's a difference between like the relays and the repeaters, right? If it's repeating the Wi-Fi signal, you could get a little bit of lag. Ultimately, the best setup, especially if you're trying to extend Wi-Fi outdoors, you probably want something that's like an additional access point, right? But if you're talking, you said no, I took it back. I'm thinking about just getting a URL backpack, IRL backpack. Okay. Yeah, that would be lit. That would be very convenient. I actually wrote that down the other day, IRL backpack, because I'm like, what does that entail? Because I need to see like what's happening with that. Shout out to Mr. Finesse for the biddies again. Shout out to the follow from Tasteful Deviant. Make sure you check that man out. Very funny channel. But yeah, so in terms of like, depending on how you're trying to extend, if it's just interior extension, how I solve my issue for the interior, and there's plenty of things you could do. You can use a mesh system. I specifically use a Google Mesh system, which previously was Nest, but it basically has a Google router. So I connect one router to my actual router, and then it has access points. One of the access points is actually here. Let me show you what that looks like really quick. So I have these Wi-Fi points all over the place. Yes, this camera also moves. So let me move it. Okay. Here we go. Right. So you see this white box here? That is one of the mesh points. So that allows me to basically get Wi-Fi better in this area. And that one is hardwired. So my Ethernet is actually connected to the computer. That way I don't have to do Wi-Fi from the PC. And you know, that's what it is. Right? And then that's how the camera's set up. See? I can zoom in, I can view, I can scroll down, I can get a close-up on my face, but that is how we do that, right? And then we can switch back. Movable cam. Yeah, the booger shot. Yeah, I have many cameras. How many cameras are there? They're all the cameras, right? Might have to invest in one faster. Main problem with streaming. So one of the things I'm trying to figure out, because this specific camera that I'm using, again, we're not gatekeepers, so any question you want to know, just ask. But this camera right here, this one, is an Osmo Pocket 3. I know for a fact it's very easy to live stream on YouTube from it because there's a live stream button. But what I'm trying to figure out is how I can use this camera to live stream on Twitch. There is a part where you can put a link in and you can stream off of that link. I just haven't figured it out yet. So that's what I'm trying to get used to. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So we're troubleshooting everything. We're trying to figure out what's the most convenient setup, what's the easy setup. Because for me, like an ideal setup when I'm specifically at home would be, okay, I'm here, I have my multiple camera sources, right? So I have my multiple camera sources set up. I can switch through them here. I can also switch through over there, but I can also have my mobile cam that I can take on the go and go wherever I need to go. And it'll be seamless. That's the thing. If you can have seamless, so when you can do the seamless transition, so I want to be able to be like, all right, I'm talking here, and then I'll be like, did you understand me, chat? Did you understand me, chat? Right? When I can do a seamless transition like that with all of my devices, that is when we're going to have a winner, right? So that's what we're looking to accomplish. Shout out to Shaw in the building, right? What's good, Shaw? How you doing? I've been talking about a bunch of things, about why you don't make promises, because, again, like I said, I promised you guys the updates to the channel. I didn't give you an exact date, but one time I did. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it this weekend, and Chat GPT proved, no, that's a lie, because we're not ready for you to have this stuff yet. So I talked about that. I talked about my family structure, because, again, if you guys were present on Thursday, y'all know I've been turning up all weekend because my sisters were in the building. My sisters, Ace and Spider, were in the building, and they were entertaining y'all, and it was a good time, right? Held a message for a reason. Look at mine. Oh, auto mod. Okay, auto mod. That's a message from Bree. We'll allow it. Bree can say whatever she wants. And again, we're not gatekeepers, so if you're wondering, auto mod did tag this message that Bree just posted, and because she said blow me, and that's considered sexually explicit or whatever it said. But I'm like, what? I thought it was somebody saying something to Bree, but I was like, oh, that's Bree talking. So yeah, we'll accept it. Say whatever you want to say, Bree. This is an open space. Y'all know the vibes. We do whatever we want here. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, party animal. You feel me? The sound effects, and we got plenty more sound effects that we're trying to get going. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I'm adding a sound effect, here another one for you. This is me adding a sound effect. That's me trying to get a sound effect. You feel me? I know. I'm extra. Chat jumping. W's in the chat. In case I'm away from my keyboard, can you send the train to? Yup. That's why I'm on longer actually, because I'm like, I know he's supposed to be starting soon. He might have started. I'll check it in a second. Because y'all know, look, I'm at 1:30. Y'all know I just be doing an hour. But the most times I do an hour. The net name of the bug that makes you go to the hospital after the bite is thrips bug. We got to look this up, chat. What the hell is a thrips bug? Besco got the ultimate update over there in Bosnia. A thrips bug. Hold up. What the? Let's go to the desktop view. Chat. Besco over there getting bit by this shit. What the fuck? What in the Alien versus Predator? A thrips bug? Oh man. Hidden within Dow Gardens. How to identify and control thrips. Amanda Thripp. Sorry, that's just one of those movie lines coming out. What the hell is that? You got bit by? Oh, you got wings? Oh hell no! These things. Oh no, neem oil. Apparently, people buying neem oil. That's that neem plant, Professor. Anybody seen how that neem plant? Put a little bit of that neem on it. Oh nah, a thrip bug. This is crazy. Oh, it's making me itch. Nah, that's crazy. Yo, W's the best go. He over there dealing with thrips. What the fuck is a thrip? He over there dealing with them. Y'all shout out to that man. Pray for that man. I don't know who this man is. We're gonna pray for you, Besco. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get a little bug blicky. You feel me? You feel me? That sound bad. Bet. We got Watt ready. Okay. I gotta figure this out because it keep blocking Bree messages. Yeah, it's flies. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But yeah, see the new update. So if y'all see bugs and you're like, yo, what was that? Go closer. Build up the courage. Go closer. Take a picture. Fucking Google image it if you need to. Because we need to find out what they are. They updating bugs on us. These bugs did not exist. And if you didn't catch the bug that we were talking about, listen, we're talking about spotted lantern flies. So while I'm dealing with YNs and crash outs, i.e. bees and wasps, the spotted lantern fly is the new issue. It's the new issue of the world's next. This is the hot shit right now on the market. These are all over the place. They're invading my yard. And the nature website says, listen, they're extremely invasive, so kill them. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, odd future, golf wing, kill them all. Unalive them, right? But that is the spotted lanternfly. We got spotted lanternflies. We got thrips. You know what I'm saying? We got white-tailed dragonflies, in case you haven't seen one. First of all, let's just go to a dragonfly, right? Let's give a simple image of a dragonfly. Here's the dragonfly that we all know and love, but I'm here to tell you, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Now, is this motherfucker, right? That's the one that we're dealing with now. This is the new update to the dragonfly, right? Some people may have seen it the whole life. I've never seen one of these. But these are all I see these days. The white-tailed dragonfly, right? They're out and about. They're running the streets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. Stay on your P's and Q's out here. You feel me? These bugs are running wild as fuck. Message chat. Oh, my chat going fast? Well, shout out to Pay for all the folks in the building. Shout out to Pay. Shout out to that that train. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers out here running from YNs, I'm running from bugs. It's a fact. Take it. Let me know what kind of bugs you got. They big as drones. They crazy. But yeah. So that's what we have for you guys today. I appreciate it. But don't go nowhere just yet. You feel me? Don't go nowhere just yet. Because while we're going to check and see if WAP on, first of all, you got to get the vibe going. You know what I'm saying? If y'all love the vibe, don't forget to follow, turn on your notifications, subscribe, do all the good things to make sure you're able to catch me on the next one. Right? But yeah. She said, fuck the mods. Hey, Bree, I don't have any mods. Not sure if you noticed. That's an auto mod that keeps blocking you. That's why every time it popped up, I click approve. Technically, I have one mod. That's true. That's Pindumere. Pindumere is not always around. Gotta give me 2.5 seconds. W's in the chat. W stream. We've been doing that thing. And that'll be one of the other things too. Oh, really quick before we start the transition. Modding. Y'all know y'all boy True reads everything and does everything. So there is I forgot what Twitch calls it, but it's like a mod program, learning to mod, all that stuff. I will be doing that. My plan is to try to do it this week because I am a mod in some other people's channels. I try to mod myself at times where clearly the auto mod doesn't want to let Bree talk the way she wants to talk, right? What the fuck? What town and streets? They should be where the lakes are. They're in the middle of the damn street. So I need to learn how to mod. So if I'm a mod in your channel, you know, there's nothing, I don't have any issues with it, but if I'm not doing anything, it's because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm still learning. I've only been out here 49 days. So y'all give me some time. But I definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all stay still real quick because we are going to keep this train going. And we're going to see if the next station is open. And that next station is going to be your man WAP. Your man WAP. So we're going to go mess with WAP. You feel me? Let that beat drop first. Hey, I appreciate y'all. It's been a good one. Y'all know the vibes. Come through, come learn, come fucking have fun. And we was just chatting today. Wait till all the newcomers in the building. We got over 1.2 million people in the building. When y'all realize all the crazy shit we do,